morning, everyone. Would you please rise for the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning. Please be seated. So, we haven't done this in a while, so forgive us if we make some small errors along the way. But I have to tell you, this is a great, great morning. And I want to welcome every one of you here today. That's right. Come on. Absolutely. It's not raining. The zombie apocalypse has not yet happened. And we are here to celebrate our amazing students. I also want to immediately, I'm off script already, people are going nuts already. I really want to stop and thank everybody who helped us put this together. This takes an enormous number of people who, unlike me, actually know how to do things, and it's really impressive to see them work really hard. So everybody, thank you so much. You make this college look great. There are some really important people here today who wanted to join us and celebrate our students. And I'm so thankful that they are here. And we're going to just take a moment to introduce the platform party. I would ask each member of the platform party to stand until your entire row has been introduced. So to my right, in the first row, Somerset County Commissioner Sarah Suey. Hunterdon County Prosecutor Renee Robeson. Somerset County Commissioner Douglas Singletary. Hunterdon County Commissioner Sean Van Doren. Somerset County Deputy Commissioner Director Melanie Morano. William Kohut, Class of 2022. Faculty Speaker, Professor Carolyn Kinnebrew-Bosa. Hunterdon County Commissioner Director John Lanza. To my right, in the second row, Grand Marshal, Professor Carol Patterson. Foundation Board Member, Alyssa Santo. Acting Superintendent for Somerset County Vocational and Technical Schools, Patrick Polici. Executive Director of the RVCC Foundation, Michael Marion. Get the checkbook out. Executive Director of Technology Services, Robert Pazinski. Executive Director of the Hunterdon Preparatory School, Toby Ray Lloyd. Foundation Board of Directors Chair, Stacy Kimmons. Alumni Representative to the Board of Trustees, Lauren Ciatola. Board of Trustees Member, James Von Schilling. Board of Trustees Member, Zenon Christodoulou. Board of Trustees Member, Timothy Howes. To my left, in the front row, Yash Goyal, class of 2022. Board of Trustees Vice Chair, Tracy DiFrancesco Zykoff. Student Speaker, Rebecca Purnell, class of 2022. Honorary degree recipient, Robert Wise. Judge Paul Armstrong. Assemblyman Roy Fryman. To my left, in the second row, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost Deborah Preston. Board of Trustees member Thomas Borkowski. New Jersey Council of County Colleges President Aaron Fickner. Board of Trustees member Nidhi Makita. Vice President for Student Affairs and Outreach Jackie Bellin. Executive Director of Human Resources Compliance and Security Cheryl Wallace. Dean of Student Affairs Jason Fredericks. Dean of Academic Support and Education Partnerships, Audrey Luera. Dean of STEM, Health Science Education and Library, Sarah Imbriglio. Vice President for Finance and Facilities, John Trojan. Dean of Liberal Arts, Fine Arts. As I said, we haven't done this in a while. Luckily, I have negotiated my contract for another year, so it doesn't really matter. But it does matter because I forgot one of the most important local supporters of this institution, Somerset County Director of Commissioners, Chanel Robinson. And I certainly hope she is smiling. I'm deeply, terribly sorry. And the stop. Dean of Liberal Arts, Fine Arts, Business, and Public Service, Patrice Marks. So, welcome. Thank you for being here. You may sit. Unfortunately, the chair of our board could not be with us today. Something about some kind of virus that I'm not familiar with. And so I will now play the part of Chair Karen Bateman. And I will do this as quickly as I can. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to extend my congratulations to the class of 2022. And to those who have joined us from the classes of 2020 and 2021. Yes. We applaud you. We applaud your success, and the trustees could not be prouder of you. They wish you great success and happiness in the future. The trustees acknowledge that you are a very special group of students because of what you have accomplished, because of what you have endured, and of what you have fought through. You have graduated under the most challenging of conditions. Many of you had to complete your coursework virtually, but you remained resilient. You were determined. You succeeded. You thrived. Much of that thanks goes to your professors. Absolutely. Who not only taught you, but mentored you, listened to you, and supported you in 1,000 ways so that you did not lose sight of this finish line today. And so let us take a moment, graduates, to thank our amazing faculty at RVCC. Thank you. Your fellow graduates span in age from 17 to 74. I am not the 74-year-old. And your reasons for being here today and your reasons for choosing RVCC are diverse as you are. Many of you came here after high school, perhaps to reinvent yourself before transferring. I hope, I think, I know you'll leave here more confident. You're better prepared to continue your academic journey. You will be successful because you came here. Members of your class have already been accepted to colleges like Princeton University, University of Wisconsin, Virginia Tech, Boston University, Amherst College, NJIT Honors College, and Rutgers University. Some of you came back to RV after losing your jobs, and I can't imagine what an extraordinary struggle that was. But you rose to meet that challenge. You've created new opportunity. You've created a new life for yourself, for your family. Many of you were here and worked full-time. I simply cannot imagine how difficult that is. I just simply am in awe, and I applaud you. Some of you are headed straight to the workforce. Some of you are already fielding job offers in manufacturing and commercial energy or in other areas. Thank you for accepting that challenge. You've all come here along very different pathways, but you have one thing in common: RVCC. I hope you'll always think of RVCC as your foundation and as the place where you began. The Board of Trustees congratulates you. It congratulates your family and your friends and all of those who have guided and supported you. Enjoy today. You deserve it. Now I'm back as me, so I'll get into character. Hold on. Okay. So now please join me in welcoming Hunterdon County Board of County Commissioners Director John Lanza for some remarks.
Thank you so much, President McDonough, and thank you for putting me before Director Robinson, because she's a much better speaker than I am. But so it is a privilege to be here with you today. And you have a lot of distinguished speakers that will be on the program for today, and I'm sure that more than one of them will add on to what President McDonough talked about already, about what COVID has taken from you over the last couple of years. But what COVID can't take away is the pride that we feel and the joy that we share in being here today, sharing in your achievements, what you've been able to do in the face of adversity and uncertainty. It is a great thrill to be with you, to see you through to where you've come, how you've faced into the wind, and now you're here. So on behalf of the County of Hunterdon, welcome. Thanks for letting us be a part. Congratulations, this is your day.
Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Somerset County Board of County Commissioners Director and my very close personal friend and unbelievable supporter of the college and just all around an awesome human being, Chanel Robinson.
Thank you, President McDonough. And congratulations to all the graduates on today. As it's been said, in the face of adversity, you have arrived at this moment. Congratulations to your families and your support system for girding you up on every side. Again, this is your moment, so we celebrate you. RVCC has been recognized nationally, and we all celebrate in knowing that you have received an awesome education right here at RVCC. And that's why it is so special that we're here today for the first time in person in a few years to gather, to celebrate you, your accomplishments, and all that you endeavor to do. Many others will be looking to take what they've learned at RVCC to the job market. And I will put in a shameless plug. Somerset County has 65 positions to fill, so you are welcomed. Honorary degree recipient Robert P. Weiss, a member of the RVCC board from 2004 and 2021, and former president and chief executive officer of Hunterdon Medical Center. We celebrate and salute you as well. So thank you for your service. Now let's get on with the celebration. This is your moment. Continue to shine and continue to be amazing. God bless.
Thank you. I'm just hoping one of those open positions is not president of RVCC. Unfortunately, our commencement speaker, Deanna Minus Vincent, has experienced an emergency and will not be able to join us today. However, we would still like to celebrate her for her many accomplishments and recognize her with an honorary degree. Because there will not be a commencement speaker, I will take the opportunity to say just one thing about the institution. What the past 2 years have proved is the importance of community, is the importance of place. And this is a place of people, ranging from the 2 counties that support us without question, to the staff, the administrators, and the faculty. This is a remarkable place, and I hope when you leave here today, you will leave remembering the people, and I'm sure you will. So again, we are saddened that our speaker cannot join us, but I would like to invite Yash Goyal, a member of the class of 2022, to the podium. Yash is in our honors college, and he's graduating summa cum laude with a degree in business administration. Yash.
Good morning, class of 2022. Today, we are honoring Deanna Minus Vincent, who currently serves as the Executive Vice President, Chief Social Justice and Accountability Officer for RWJ Barnabas Health. In this role, she works across the system with internal and external stakeholders to design strategies that improve health outcomes, promote health equity, and eliminate health disparities. Drawing from a broad range of lived and learned experiences, Deanna Minus Vincent has tackled the toughest issues plaguing our country today: equity, poverty, housing, health, and education. She has created programs that move individuals along their pathways, but she believes that the most sustainable change happens when we work to re-engineer our fractured systems. In doing so, we can exponentially impact the lives of many. Before coming to RWJ Barnabas Health, Deanna Minus Vincent served for more than 7 years as the Chief Engagement Officer at Benefits Data Trust, a social change organization where she facilitated cross-sector partnerships, diversified the organization, and oversaw its strategic positioning. Congratulations to Deanna minus Vincent on this well-deserved honor, and congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
So we would have presented Deanna with the honorary degree. I'm just going to take a moment to read from the inscription on the degree. It says, Raritan Valley Community College bestows upon Deanna minus Vincent, Associate of Arts degree, honoris causa, on this day, Saturday, May 14th, 2022. In recognition of your dynamic leadership in promoting access and equity in healthcare, housing, and education, your unwavering dedication to implementing processes to better understand and identify how social determinants affect healthcare access and treatment, and your inspiring commitment working across sectors to reconstruct fractured societal systems, and in doing so, creating social change and transforming the lives of so many individuals. Deanna minus Vincent. Picture's going to look very strange, isn't it? Photoshop the president out. I like that. Even in my family pictures. Unfortunately, Dr. Paul Hirsch couldn't join us today, so I have the privilege of presenting our second honorary degree to a very special member of the RVCC family. Bob Wise was a member of the Board of Trustees from 2004 until February 2022, serving for many years as chair and as vice chair from Hunterdon County. He was a wonderful mentor to his fellow trustees, and his exceptional leadership guided the college through major buildings expansion with the addition of the Christine Todd Whitman Science Center and the opening of the Workforce Training Center, to record enrollment and the adoption of 2 strategic plans, and then through the challenges of the pandemic. He has also supported the college as a valued member of the Board of School Estimate and as a trustee delegate to the New Jersey Council of County Colleges. Because of Bob's selfless service, because of his commitment to the college, and because of his character, Bob has truly helped make RVCC a better institution. And Bob was delightful to work with, and I think that's something the other trustees would also agree on. Bob, would you please join me at the podium? So I'm going to read the inscription. Raritan Valley Community College bestows upon Robert P. Wise, Associate of Arts degree, honoris causa, on this day, Saturday, May 14, 2022. It is in recognition of your outstanding leadership in guiding the Raritan Valley Community College Board of Trustees and in inspiring this college community. It is for your tireless efforts advocating for this college, and more importantly, your passionate advocacy for our students. It's also for your distinguished career in hospital administration, dedicated to maintaining the highest standards of excellence and supporting the needs of patients and medical professionals. Bob, it really is my honor to give you this honorary degree. Congratulations. We're going to go out front. Congratulations, Bob, on this very well-deserved honor. We're now going to be treated to a musical selection from the RVCC Chorale.
Featuring soloists Brandon Schutz and Peyton Diamonds and Katie Strong. We are awed by your incredible achievements, and we thought that something solemn and dignified was called for the occasion. But then we thought, nah. So, everybody, put on your Renaissance costumes here. Bow, 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 bow.
If you see
Bow,
a faded
bow,
sign by the
bow,
side of the
bow,
road
bow,
that says
bow,
15
bow,
miles to the
bow.
Love Shack, yeah. Well, I'm heading down the Atlanta highway.
car. It's as big as a whale, and we're heading on down to the Love Shack. I got me a Chrysler. It seats about 20, so hurry up and bring your jukebox money.
Well, the Love Shack is a little place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
A Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, my baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, my baby, Love Shack.
That's where it's at. Sign says, stay away, fools, 'cause love rules at the Love Shack.
It's a set way back in the middle of a field, just a funky old shack, and I gotta get back. Put her on the mattress, put her on the highway, put her on the front porch, put her on the highway. Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, that's where it's at. Love Shack, that's where it's at.
Hugging and a kissing, dancing and a loving, wearing next to nothing 'cause it's hot as an oven. The whole shack shimmies. Yeah, the whole shack shimmies. The whole shack shimmies when everybody's moving around and around and around and around.
Everybody's moving, everybody's grooving, baby.
Folks lining up outside just to get down.
Everybody's moving, everybody's grooving, baby.
Funky little shack. Funky little shack.
Ooh, Love Shack. Ooh, Love Shack. Ooh, Love Shack. Ooh, Love Shack. Really Love
I got me a car. It seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
Well, the Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
A Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, my baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, my baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, my
Oh,
baby,
baby,
Love
that's where
Shack.
it's at. It's getting hot in here.
On the door, baby.
Knock it a little louder, baby.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
I you. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Knock a little louder, sugar. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. I can't hear you. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang on the door. Bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang. Your what?
Tin roof, rusted.
Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack. Hugging and a kissing, dancing and a loving at the love shack.
I don't know how we will go on, but go on we must. Thank you. I would like to invite William Kohut, a member of the class of 2022, to the podium. William is a biology major and he's graduating summa cum laude.
It is my honor to introduce to you all Professor Carolyn Boza, Assistant Professor of Communication and Film Studies here at RVCC. A native of Brooklyn, New York, she received her bachelor's degree from the Florida Institute of Technology in Melbourne, Florida. She also received her master's degree from Boston University, where her master's thesis won the Dennis Koff Memorial News Reporting and Producing Award for Enterprise Reporting. Professor Boza has worked in program development under the National Black Programming Consortium, managing and marketing content to the public broadcasting system, known as PBS. She is also a production assistant for several New York-based documentary film production companies. Professor Boza is an advocate in the adoption community and serves as president of Concerned Persons for Adoption, a leading New Jersey-based all-volunteer advocacy group. On hiatus as a doctoral student in the Cultural Anthropology program at City University of New York's Graduate School and University Center, she recently received the screenwriting certificate from the new school. Professor Boza lives in Jersey City with her husband, teenage son, parents, and 2 Chihuahua mix, Domino and Chestnut, all of whom, I'm sure, are very proud of everything she's accomplished. Please give it up for Professor Carolyn Kinnebrew Boza.
That's okay. Thank you, William, for that introduction. To the faculty of RVCC, thank you for this awesome opportunity and yet humbling experience. To every graduate, thank you for your hard work and dedication. I want you to take this moment to realize the impact you can make in the world. Don't let anyone question your own credibility. You may think your contribution to community is small or insignificant, but it has the possibility to impact one other or many. Remember, Greta Thunberg at 16 years of age delivered her famous "How dare you" speech to the global community at the 2019 UN Climate Action Summit, demanding they take stronger action on climate change. She persevered, drawing more attention to her fight to save the planet than to her medical diagnosis of OCD and autism, pulling herself out of depression to lead the fight in climate change. Named Times Person of the Year in 2019, she drew us into the environmental community of change. Remember, it was innocent bystander Darnella Frazier, who was 17 when she captured several minutes of video that brought millions of people to the streets around the world in the middle of a pandemic, to reveal to those who were unsure of what some unjust law enforcement services looked like and how we could change that. Leading with a sense of meaning and purpose, we became a part of that community of change. And remember, people suited up in masks and stood in long lines 6 feet apart to vote in the 2020 election. In those numbers were the largest turnout of centenarian voters who received their first voter registration card in 1930. They too yearned for a community of change. Animal shelters saw a huge rise in rescue adoptions during lockdown and using those rescues as therapy to others, whether at home as a resource or in hospitals. During trying times, those rescuers were a community of change. I can honestly say you are today's heroes, and you should be very proud of that. A hero, as Christopher Reeve once put it, our Superman of the 1970s, is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. You prevailed through some of the most challenging and difficult times of this decade. I heard you at the Student Speak Out talk about the things that helped you survive the pandemic: music, faith, family, food, running, Discord, getting dubs, snagging that last roll of toilet paper off the store shelf. But the common theme that I heard you speak about was RVCC. It wasn't the location Raritan Valley or the required textbook reading, internet lagging Zoom sessions, and limitless emails found in the college environment. What I heard you speak about was the capital C for community. Community lessened the impact of the difficult times, lessened the impact of the isolation, and helped you look for what mattered. A colleague once told me, "Your presence is the greatest gift you can give someone," which is a well-known quote first coined by Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh. It is about being present. In doing so, you get out of your bubble to real community effort, and that's what you did. You are survivors. And not just because you made it here, passing those necessary courses, obtaining licensing agreements, or completing some rigorous physical training, but because you thrived in an environment that challenged all of your abilities. You made it. You can get easily caught up in looking inward for too long or questioning your own significance. But community is there to help you realize that you no longer have to question that. You are significant. It was cultural anthropologist Margaret Mead who said, "Always remember that you are absolutely unique, just like everyone else." Just remember, be the only you can be. Be sure on your journey to support those also on a journey. Service to others creates an even larger community. I had 2 other careers before landing here, and I tried everything from theater to law school. Now that I think about it, probably not that big of a leap between those 2. But I I can honestly say that everywhere I landed, I enjoyed the community I was a part of and the service to others. There are better times ahead. The year of your graduation, we announced the third African American to the Supreme Court and the first Black woman since its first assembly in 1790. We've traveled to the outer limits of space as a 20-minute field trip. We have a solution to the virus, a series of shots, boosters, and I'm sure more boosters to come. But I am especially hopeful today because before me sits college graduates, a diverse group of critical thinkers ready to take risks, fail, succeed, and fail again, but not afraid to get back up and try again. Remember the words of your very first author, Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You are now a part of a new community, a member of an alumni network who sit next to you, perhaps behind you in the audience as family members, parents, who sit next to you, who began their careers where you sit now, and they are now faculty. It is a strong community where you share a bond recalling requirements completed, institutional traditions, clubs, organizations you may have participated in, and social and professional connections you can report long after you've graduated. It doesn't matter how long you take. It is your personal goal and ambition that matters, no one else's. On behalf of the faculty of Raritan Valley Community College, we are proud of you, we congratulate you, and we thank you.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to invite Tracy DeFrancesco Zykoff, Vice Chair of our Board of Trustees, to the podium.
I just want to say congratulations to everyone here today. But I'm here to introduce our student commencement speaker, Rebecca Purnell. She's graduating today from RVCC Summa Cum Laude with a degree in liberal arts. Rebecca has been an active member of the college community, serving as vice president of the American Sign Language Club. I asked her why the Sign Language Club. She said something very selfless. She said, I want to be able to communicate with those who have disabilities. I thought that was beautiful. And her record shows a record of selflessness. She also is a member of the Hope Club, where she helped challenge stigmas surrounding drug addiction. And she's a member of the Philosophy Club. Her other activities include conducting advocacy work for students with disabilities at RVCC, volunteering for a California-based human rights organization that supports incarcerated and re-entering citizens, and mentoring marginalized youth at Princeton High School. Rebecca's future plans are to become an athletic trainer. So please help me welcome Rebecca Purnell.
Thank you. It is my great honor to be your student commencement speaker today. I would like to begin. Robert? You good? I would like to begin by asking all of you to think back on where you were in spring of 2020. Where were you when you first realized that COVID would change all your future plans? After the initial shock, what questions did you have about your health and safety? What went through your head when you found out classes would move to distance learning, a term that at the time was so ambiguous to us all? And lastly, what fears did you have about how this would impact your education? Were you worried that you would not be here today? Well, congratulations, you've made it. Like many of you, I am no stranger to adversity. I struggled throughout high school with drug addiction and could not imagine the near future, let alone higher education. Then in 2014, I suffered a traumatic brain injury and ended up in a coma. My doctors were completely unsure if I would even survive. When I woke up, it was as a different person, someone diagnosed with anterograde amnesia or permanent clinical short-term memory loss. To be blunt, nobody dared have any expectations for me. After many years of intensive cognitive, physical, and occupational therapy, I decided the ultimate triumph for me would be to graduate college, despite the amnesia that brain damage left me with. But how could I achieve this? How could I manage working and attending college while learning to navigate my new life post-brain injury? How would I be able to take a new language or take college-level math courses? After a short time on the RVCC campus, the answer came to me: find another way. If my memory isn't working properly, find another way. If I can't remember formulas using traditional methods, find another way. And so I did. But I had a lot of help along the way. RVCC provided the most inclusive and supportive community for my journey to success. It is a place where staff, students, and faculty truly embody the shared commitment to finding another way. From the academic support at the tutoring center, shout out to Ben and Martha, to the social atmosphere of RVCC's signature college hour, it quickly became clear that this campus would offer me more than an education. It would offer a community where I could chart my own path. In every challenge I faced throughout my education, and there were many, RVCC provided the tools and inspiration to find another way. It is with great honor that I'm standing in front of you, fellow graduates. After surviving the worst phase of a global pandemic, I dare say we are indisputably the most tenacious and resilient group of graduates. We found another way. The pandemic made the road to graduation exponentially more difficult, and yet here you all are. Please give yourselves a hand. You too continually met hardship with the same attitude and found another way to success. Your adaptation in the face of adversity is remarkable. My hope is that as we move forward in our lives, whether it be to internships, careers, or four-year universities, when we are met with challenges, and we will remember our resilience these past few years and find another way through it. So, fellow graduates, as you continue on to your next endeavor, let these last few successful years at RVCC serve as proof of your capabilities and extraordinary potential. Use this proof as fuel to push through when you are confronted with what may seem like an impossible obstacle. Remember to find another way. I will leave you with a quote by Audre Lorde. Yes. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Rebecca, and rocking the Doc Martens. We are actually at the moment that you've all been waiting for. I know. However, before we begin handing out the diplomas, I want you to know that we've set aside some special areas near the stage. That's the fenced-off areas for taking photos. That way you'll be able to take a great photo of your graduate without blocking everyone else's view. So please take your time, take the photos, and then let other people take those photographs. And now I would like to invite Dr. Deborah Preston, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, to present the former graduates and candidates.
I am very happy to welcome back some members of the past two classes who are joining us today. Would the members of the classes of 2020 and 2021 please rise and come to the stage to be acknowledged?
Meghana Achyutananda, Associate of Science, Biomedical Engineering, graduate of the Honors College. Marquand Adamson, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude. Aviel Andes, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Kyle Balau, Associate of Science, Information Systems and Technology. Brianna Barfield, Associate of Applied Science Nursing, Associate of Science, Health Science. Manavi Barthakur, Associate of Science, Pre-Medical Professional. Shannon Belly, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Jacqueline Breda, Associate of Science, Digital Media Film Studies, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Joshua Bird, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Samantha Karhorikara, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies, cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Kaylin Carrera, Associate of Science, Information Systems and Technology. Amzi Clausen, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, cum laude. Jennifer Clark, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work, Certificate, Chemical Dependency. Josiane Costa Lima, Associate of Science, Chemical Engineering, summa cum laude. Kaylee Faith Cristiello, Associate of Science, General Business, graduate of the Honors College. Amaya Dal, Certificate of Professional Competency, Cosmetology. Yesenia Delgado, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, cum laude. Connor Doyle, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Networking and Cybersecurity, summa cum laude. Justin Elliott, Associate of Science, General Business. George Esposito, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies, summa cum laude. Amber Fields, Associate of Applied Science, General Business. Brenda Galvez Hernandez, Associate of Arts, Education P12. Patrick Gardner, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Cassie Gross, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Tanju Hunt, Associate of Fine Arts, Dance. Okay. Keith Jaramillo, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies, summa cum laude. Matthew Jimenez, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology.
David Kashak, Associate of Science, Biology. Harpreeti Kaur, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude. Jobita Khan, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude, and Event Planning Certificate. Yolanda Kirkwood, Certificate of Professional Competency, Cosmetology. Brian Ing, Associate of Science, Web Developer. Cristian Velasco Mazariegos, Associate of Science, Exercise Science. Jamie Mallinson, Associate of Fine Arts, Music, magna cum laude. Rebecca Liptak, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. You should just do one at a time. Okay. Jefferson Matos, Associate of Science, General Business. Armani Myers, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. George Mungai, Certificate, Medical Coding, cum laude. Jose Cordero, General Business, Business Administration. Caitlin Rogers, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude. Oops. Catherine Oldfield, Associate of Science, Computer Science, summa cum laude. Associate of Applied Science, Networking, summa cum laude. And Associate of Applied Science, Computer Programming, summa cum laude. She was very busy. Right. Luang Ngo, Certificate of Professional Competency, Cosmetology. I guess she, Yen Ngo, Associate of Science, Pre-Pharmacy, magna cum laude. What's that? LJ Murillo, Associate of Science, General Business. Just hang on till I read three of them. Brian McMahon, Associate of Applied Science, Information Systems and Technology, Associate of Science, Information Systems and Technology, and Associate of Science, Computer Science. That was a duplicate. Tyrese McElmore, Associate of Science, Exercise Science. Catherine Ortiz, Associate of Science, Psychosocial Rehabilitation. Doris Parker, Certificate of Professional Competency, Cosmetology. Akshat Parthaban, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Varun Poonam, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Lucas Polkowski, Associate of Science, Biology. Fanny Pinedo, Associate of Science, Applied Science, Nursing. Vanessa Pineda Romero, Associate of Science, Health Science. Emilia Pineda Romero, Associate of Science, Health Science, magna cum laude. Jalen Perez, Associate of Degree of Music. John Peluso, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Shivani Patel, Associate of Science, Biomedical Engineering, summa cum laude. Max Pasalacqua, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies. Jasmine Wilson, Associate of Science, Biology, cum laude. Megan Waddell, Associate of Arts, Education, P12, and Certificate of Professional Competency, Cosmetology. Eric Von Arsdale, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies. Mateo Torres Carcamo, Certificate of Automotive Technology. Samina Saeed, Associate of Science, General Business, magna cum laude. Sabrina Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, Criminal Justice. Crystalline Rodriguez, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Karina Richardson, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Fatima Rana, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude. Sob K, Certificate of Professional Competency, Aesthetics. Ann Pytel, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. And Jasmine Ortiz, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education.
And now we celebrate the class of 2022. Will all candidates for the Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Science, degrees and certificates, please rise. President McDonough, after consultation with the faculty, I am pleased to advise you that all of the candidates who stand before you have successfully met the requirements for associate degrees and certificates. Graduates in the front row, please remain standing. All other graduates, you may be seated.
By virtue of the authority of the Board of Trustees and the sanction of the New Jersey Commission on Higher Education, I confer the associate degrees and certificates with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Will all the graduates please rise and switch your tassels? No. I just kidding. No, apparently we're doing something else.
Rebecca Purnell,
Associate Degree of Arts, Liberal Arts.
Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Yash Goyal, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. William Kohat, Associate of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. So my last one is the secret one, then I'll end. Okay. Michael Abascaron, Associate of Science, Civil Engineering. Daniela Abrantes, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Eric Acosta Castro, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Pimpari Jane Aga, Certificate, Medical Coding, summa cum laude. Omar Ahmed, Associate of Arts, Theater Arts. Alina Akram, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Rayan Alidina, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Sahid Ali, Certificate, Environmental Control Technology. Joshua Ian Almasan, Associate of Science, Civil Engineering, magna cum laude. John Edward Almoeta, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Networking and Cybersecurity, summa cum laude. Brian Alkije Nogueda, Associate of Science, General Business.
Sky Alston? What?
No,
Alston.
no, not there.
So, Kyle?
Kiwan Austin.
Austin.
Degree? Associate
Associate of Arts.
Arts. Game Arts.
Game Development.
Okay. Name?
Austin.
Kiwan Austin, Associate of Arts, Game Development. Jada Alston, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work. Christopher Bimble, Associate of Science, Exercise Science, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Mia Binner, Associate of Science, Health Science, summa cum laude. Monica Alvarado, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work, summa cum laude, Certificate, Chemical Dependency, summa cum laude.
So that's Hakel Amajones.
Hakel Amajones, Associate of Applied Science, Marketing, Business. Rima Amin, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. John Anglem, Associate of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Gabriel Arcosa, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy. Esteban Arias, Associate of Fine Arts, Graphic and Interactive Design, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Arlene Arias, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude. Lillian Askew, Associate of Science, General Business. Avila or Avila? Avila. Jolene Avila, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, cum laude. Pauline Bart, Associate of Applied Science, General Business, summa cum laude. Michael Barber, Associate of Fine Arts, Graphic and Interactive Design, cum laude. Lauren Bavacqua, Associate of Arts, Education P12, magna cum laude. Holly Burforce, Associate of Arts, Social Science, summa cum laude. Ashley Bender, Associate of Science, General Business, magna cum laude. Samantha Marie Belleza, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Erica Bekiarian, Associate of Arts, Education P12, cum laude. Carolyn Bedrosian, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies. Bridget Beck, Associate of Arts, Fine Arts, Visual Arts. Spencer Bautista, Associate of Arts, Theater Arts. Ashley Basil, Associate of Arts, Education P12. Yedlin Barbosa Campos, Certificate, Medical Assistant, magna cum laude. Camila Barbosa, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude. Joseph Biondi, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude. Timothy Blysa, Associate of Science, Interface Design and Web Development, summa cum laude. Shania Boston, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Katie Brennis, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Elizabeth Brown, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude. Lindsay Brown, Associate of Science, Health Science, cum laude. Marcel Buchan, Associate of Science, General Business, magna cum laude. Thomas Burns, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, cum laude. Cameron Bush, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Caitlin Beyer, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies. Christian Kaburis, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Last name? Kai? Sai? Okay. No, I want to say it correctly. Sai. Okay. Charlene Sai, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Awesome Miracle Caldwell, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Daniela Campos Acuna, Associate of Science, Health Science. Grace Carey, Associate of Arts, Social Science, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Mario Carizosa, a Certificate, Medical Coding, magna cum laude. Luisa Castrillon, Associate of Arts, Social Science.
Madison Chandler, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy, magna cum laude. Alyssa Chang, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Nabia Chaudhry, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Maxwell Cho, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional. Diana Siriani, Associate of Applied Science Accounting, summa cum laude. Danielle Cisneros Montenegro, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Sean Clarkson, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Preston Clausen, Associate of Science, Computer Science, and Associate of Science, Mathematics. Oh, we sort of miss it. Gloria Colon Zangaro, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Jillian Comstock, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies, summa cum laude. Sophie Conwell, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies, magna cum laude. Ruth Conwell, Associate of Science, General Business, magna cum laude, and her certificate in bookkeeping, magna cum laude. Kedzi Corchado, Associate of Science, General Business, Business Administration. Shirley Cordova, Associate of Science, General Business. Andrea Cortez, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Samantha Couch, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude. Lloyd Crawford, Associate of Applied Science, Ophthalmic Science. Elizabeth Cruz, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Kevin Cruz, Associate of Science, Information Systems and Technology. Delmy Cruz, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Abigail DeBay, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Amanda D'Amato, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Hallie Dani, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, magna cum laude. Stephen Mark Datu, Associate of Arts, English, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Maria Christine Datwin, Associate of Science, Health Science. Milani Dela Cruz, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work. Christina Dean, Associate of Fine Arts, Visual Arts, magna cum laude. Leigh DeSico, Certificate Paralegal Studies, summa cum laude. Sarah DeFazio, Associate of Science, Interior Architecture and Design, summa cum laude. Megan DeLead, Associate of Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Stuart Del Romero, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Matthew Den Hollander, Associate of Science, General Business. Mark Den Hollander, Associate of Arts, Education, P12, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Taylor Dowd, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude, and Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, cum laude. Alexis Doherty, Associate of Science, Game Art, summa cum laude. Marco Dominguez, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Elizabeth Doku, Associate of Science, General Business. Colleen Deesh, Associate of Science, Interior Architecture and Design, cum laude. Is that Golri? Golri Deba, Associate of Science, General Business. Nathan Diaz, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Bhavya Deshaboyna, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, magna cum laude. Jessica DeSanto, Associate of Science, Biology, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Reeves DeRosa, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, magna cum laude. Joseph Danisco, Associate of Science, Mechanical Engineering, summa cum laude. Samantha Dennis, Associate of Science, General Business. Marianne Durange, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, magna cum laude. Isabel Dutta, Associate of Arts, Education, P12, summa cum laude. Samantha Edge, Certificate, Medical Assistant, magna cum laude. Skylar Eelman, Associate of Fine Arts, Visual Arts. Verona Eggleston, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Jessica England, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Suleiman Erhan, Associate of Science, Computer Science, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Brianna Estevez, Associate of Science, Biology, magna cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Kate Maria Falkowski, Associate of Applied Science, Interface Design, and Web Development. Kira Federici, Associate of Fine Arts, Visual Communication, magna cum laude. Rachel Feinberg, Associate of Science, Marketing, summa cum laude, and Certificate of Professional Competency in Cosmetology. Dominic Fetzer, Associates of Arts in Mathematics, Associate of Science in Mathematics. Carice Fitzgerald, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Dean Flanagan, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Evan Fleischer, Associate of Science, Sports Management. We're going to change.
Emily Fleming, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Rochelle May Flores, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Christania Frankel, Associate of Science, Environmental Science and Biology. Catherine Frischella, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies. Fraley, right. Henry Fraley, Associate of Science, Chemical Engineering, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College, also Associate of Science, Chemistry, summa cum laude. Ya Frimpon, Associate of Science, Health Science, cum laude. Yesenia Fuentes. Yeah. Yesenia Fuentes, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work. Alyssa Gaitan, Associate of Arts, Theater Arts, magna cum laude. Alexa Gaitan, Associate of Arts, Education, P12. Aljava Gaither, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Galindo, Associate of Science, General Business.
This is Yareli.
Yareli Galindo, Associate of Applied Science, Health Information Technology. Angela Gallagher, Associate of Arts, Social Science, graduate of the Honors College. Tessa Gambino, Associate of Arts, English, cum laude.
This is Jacqueline.
Garrido? Sí. Jacqueline Garrido, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work. Annalise George, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude.
Figure that out.
Terrence George II, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies. Okay. Vincenza Giambroni, Certificate, Medical Assistant. Chloe Gilio, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Brandon Gilpin, Associate of Science, Environmental Science. Henry Giron, Associate of Science, General Business, magna cum laude. Is it Girones Gonzalez or no? That's fine? You sure? Okay. Judith Girones Gonzalez, Associate of Science, Digital Media Film Studies, summa cum laude. Jamie Glassman, Certificate, Medical Assistant, summa cum laude. Zachary Goldring, Associate of Science, Computer Science. Xavier Gomez, Associate of Arts, Social Science, magna cum laude. Latina? Daniela Gonzalez Manzano, Associate of Science, Health Science, cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Montserrat Gonzalez Barragan, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude. Kareem Gorham, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Amanda Grace, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Alyssa Graff, Associate of Arts, Theater Arts, magna cum laude. Larissa Grasso, Associate of Science, Health Science, magna cum laude. Rachel Greenwood, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Quinn Greco, Associate of Science, Supply Chain Management, magna cum laude. Jacob Gross, Associate of Applied Science, Electric Utility Technology, summa cum laude.
So that's Sachi Cepeda.
Sachi Cepeda, Business Administration. Meredith Nelson, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, Sala Program. Yanitza Guerrero, Associate of Science, Health Science, cum laude. Haley Haddernberg, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Asima Hassan, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies. Thomas Hayes, Associate of Science, Civil Engineering, magna cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Chanel Haymore, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Dorothy Healy, Associate of Science, Health Science, cum laude. Danielle Henderson, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Ashley Henderson, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Siobhan Henderson, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies, magna cum laude. Carlos Harris, Associate of Applied Science, Environmental Control Technology. Caroline Herman, Associate of Science, Health Science. Carlos Hernandez, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy, summa cum laude, and Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Christabel Hernandez, Early Childhood Education. Jasmine Hernandez, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude. Evelyn Hernandez Jimenez, Associate of Science, Computer Science, magna cum laude. Diana Michelle Herrera, Associate of Science, Health Science. Branson Hetman, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Mateo Huerta Lopez, Associate of Applied Science, Electric Utility Technology, summa cum laude. Christopher Herman, Associate of Applied Science, Interface and Web Development, magna cum laude. Craig Huzzy, Associate of Applied Science, Game Development, cum laude. Elijah Infante, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Mariam Hanan Insanali, Associate of Science, Mechanical Engineering, graduate of the Honors College. Also, Associate of Science, Civil Engineering, graduate of the Honors College.
Saif Essa, Associate of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Ashrita Jargalamudi, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Olivia Jara, Associate of Science, Digital Media Film Studies, graduate of the Honors Program, and also Associate of Science, Computer Science, summa cum laude. Ursa Javed, Associate of Science, Health Science. Stacy Jeffries, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, and graduate of the Honors College. Maria Jimenez, Associate of Science, General Business. Rachel Jimenez, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Randy Jimenez, Associate of Science, General Business. Madison Johnson, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Colin Jones, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Tamara Jones, Associate of Fine Arts, Graphic and Interactive Design. Deshaun Jones, Associate of Applied Science, Electric Utility Technology, cum laude. Ivana Jersakova, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies. Samir Kabra, Associate of Science, Computer Science, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Bradley Kaner, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, summa cum laude. Morgan Kanya, Associate of Science, Biology, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Rachel Kenny, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Obey Boyard, Associate of Arts, Science, Business Management, Supply Chain. Kieran Kessinger, Associate of Science, Biology. Hagar Khalil, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy, cum laude. Komal Kenny, Certificate, Early Childhood. Aaron King, Associate of Applied Science, Electric Utility Technology, summa cum laude. Rory Kinnaird, Associate of Science, Mathematics. Sarah Kiwan, Associate of Science, Health Science, magna cum laude. Ty Klein, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Oriolua Kipade Johnson, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine, Pre-Pharmacy, summa cum laude. Navya Kunagal, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work. Gabriela Lacaros, Associate of Science, General Business. Megan Lamberson, Associate of Science, Sports Management. Alexis Landgraber, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Joseph Ledesma, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude. Chun Ling, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting, summa cum laude. Melissa Liebergal, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Christopher Levo, Associate of Science, Mechanical Engineering, cum laude. Albani Linares, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Elizabeth Manette, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Ali Mar, Associate of Fine Arts, Graphic and Interactive Design. Amber Madden, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Justin Macaroni, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Michaela Makalalag, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work, cum laude. Kayla Lynch, Certificate, Human Services. Justine Anria Lumba, Associate of Science, Management Information Systems, magna cum laude. Anna Lorey, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude. Maribel Lopez, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine, Pre-Pharmacy. Connie Liu, Associate of Science, Chemistry, summa cum laude, and Associate of Science, Biology, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Skell Langfeld, Associate of Fine Arts, Visual Arts, magna cum laude. Liam McGann, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Tiana Mayfield, Associate of Science, Environmental Science, magna cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Vincenzo Matteo, Associate of Applied Science in Nursing.
Kayla Matthew, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Christopher Maciello, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Neda Martinez, Associate of Science, Health Science. Samantha Marquez, Associate of Science, Health Science. John Marina, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy, magna cum laude. Marin. William Marin, Associate of Science, General Business. Jasmine Marcus, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Anas Mansouri, Associate of Science, Supply Chain Management. Noman Mansouri, Associate of Science, Information Systems and Technology. Ahmed Mansare, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Jenna Michelle, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies, summa cum laude. Metz. Hunter Metz, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude.
This is Dinya.
Mendez. Dinya Mendez, Certificate, Medical Coding. Stephanie Melgar, Associate of Science, General Business, summa cum laude.
This is Amaya.
Amaya Melendez, Certificate, Medical Assistant. Dhruvi Mehta, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Selma Mehdajic, Associate of Science, Digital Film, Film Study, Digital Media, Film Studies, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Christopher Madrano, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Bridget McLaughlin, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Andrew McLaughlin, Associate of Science, General Business. Mary Kate McKenna, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Julia McKenna, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude. Catherine McGlashan, Associate of Science, Marketing, magna cum laude. Ariana Myers, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies, magna cum laude. Rachel Mustachi, Associate of Arts, Social Science, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College.
That's Nuri Muksat.
Nuri Muksat, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, magna cum laude. Derek Morita, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Talida Moraes, Associate of Science, Health Science, summa cum laude. Bradley Moore, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies, summa cum laude. Associate of Arts, Theater Arts, summa cum laude. Quinlan Moore, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, cum laude. Mary Moore, Associate of Science, Computer Science, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Christopher Monson, Associate of Science, Biology. Alexis Montgomery, Associate of Science, Exercise Science. Todd Montgomery, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Michael Mittelman, Associate of Science, Electrical Computer Engineering, summa cum laude.
That's Mary Arakawa.
Mary Arakawa, Associate of Science, Health Science. Crystal Miller, Associate of Applied Science, General Business. Christopher Miller, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude. Jocelyn Andrade, Certificate Medical Assistant. Oh, I got her. And I'm going to get a hug too. Angie Padilla Mendez, Associate of Science, Chemical Engineering, graduate of the Honors College.
That's
Mazahir Padamshi, Associate of Science, Information Systems and Technology, cum laude.
There's the phonetic.
Sharkila Othello, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Leah Ossie, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Agustin Oses Falco, Associate of Science, Civil Engineering. Daniela Orozco Nunez, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Nicole, what's your last pronunciation? Origenes. Nicole Origenes, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Lauren Nolan, Associate of Arts, English, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Nugent, Associate of Science, Biomedical Engineering, graduate of the Honors College, Associate of Science, Mathematics, graduate of the Honors College. Ashley Natali, Associate of Arts, Education P12, summa cum laude. Alyssa Natal, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Nagar. Jessica Nagar, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Programming, summa cum laude. Sean Persicano, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Diana Pedlera Limos, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, summa cum laude.
Palat. Gianna Palat, Associate of Arts, Social Science, summa cum laude. Teddy Paz, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies, of course. Cynthia Paulino, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies, magna cum laude. Kenneth Paternoster, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies. Pavani Patel, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Well, thank you. Bhavya Patel, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Arturo Parra, Associate of Arts, Theater Arts. Samuel Parker, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies. Gotta take my sip. There you go. Thank you. Michael Pardo, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Jesse Panic, Associate of Business Administration, General Business, summa cum laude. Vasiliki Palyuras, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude. Angie Palada, Associate of Arts, Education, P12. Sharid Ramirez, Associate of Science, General Business. Zachary Kizan, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Judy Quinones, Associate of Applied Science, Ophthalmic Science, summa cum laude. Brandon Quinones, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Linda Quezada, Associate of Fine Arts, Graphic and Interactive Design. Sangita Punam, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Tanya Priego, Associate of Arts, Education, P12. George Peruzio, Associate of Applied Science, Ophthalmic Science. Mia Poraro, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude. Nika Angela Pornobi, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Victoria Piccolo, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Hannah Peters, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies, magna cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Gabriel Romeo, Associate of Arts, Theater Arts. Carla Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies. Danette Rocha Davila, Associate of Fine Arts, Graphic and Interactive Design. What's that? Rose Rizzi, Associate of Fine Arts, Music, magna cum laude, and the 74. There you go. That's the new 42. William Rivera, Associate of Science, Computer Science, cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Evian Rivera, Associate of Science, Digital Media Film Studies. Alexandro Rapalda, Certificate, Medical Assistant, cum laude. Janie Gabrielle Riano, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, and graduate of the Honors College. Maritza Reyes Jimenez, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Lisette Cecilia Reyes, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Courtney Redwood, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Juliana Savare, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Alexander Scala, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional. Kelsey Santos, Associate of Science, Biology. Giancarlo Santoro, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Kushi Sansri, Associate of Science, Health Science, cum laude. Jessica Sanchez, Certificate, Medical Assistant. Vanessa Samanti, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Lauren Ryan, Associate of Science, Health Science, summa cum laude. Dylan Ruiz Fernandez, Associate of Science, Computer Science, magna cum laude. Michelle Ruiz, Associate of Science, Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation, cum laude. Elaine Ruiz, Certificate in Bookkeeping. Victoria Roth, Certificate in CPA Education, summa cum laude. Mateo Rosagna, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work, and Certificate of Chemical Dependency, Certificate of Completion. Nicole Sheik, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, cum laude. Pranu Sharma, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine, Pre-Pharmacy, magna cum laude.
Madeline Shalop, Associate of Science, Game Art. Arsha Shah, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Nidhi Shah, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude.
That's Cedar, the last name.
Yeah, as in Barbara.
Yeah.
Allison Cedar, Associate of Science, Sports Management.
Shot.
Juliet Schott, Associate of Science, Exercise Science, summa cum laude.
Lee Shunki.
Lee Shunke, Associate of Science, Interior Architecture and Design, summa cum laude.
That's Schutz.
Brandon Schutz, Associate of Fine Arts, Music. Caitlin Shundoff, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Joe Schmidig, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies, summa cum laude. Brianna Shable, Certificate, Medical Assistant, summa cum laude.
That's Steck Gomez.
Angelo Steck Gomez, Associate of Arts, Social Science. Heidi Steele, Certificate, Paralegal Studies, magna cum laude. St. Louis. W. Gregory St. Louis, Associate of Applied Science, Electric Utility Technology, summa cum laude.
And she's cum laude.
Jacqueline Spano, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Sorensen. Ashley Sorensen, Associate of Science, General Science. Jack Smith, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies, magna cum laude.
This is Syria.
Siwiak. Jennifer Siwiak, Associate of Applied Science, Ophthalmic Science, summa cum laude.
That's Shayla.
Shayna Singer, Associate of Applied Science, Ophthalmic Science, cum laude. Oh, I know her from last night.
There you go.
Eunice Lady Simon, Associate of Applied Science, Health Information Technology, magna cum laude. Camilla Simmons, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Adam Silvera, Associate of Applied Science, Environmental Control Technology. Nicole Silva, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Sakola. Gianna Sakola, Associate of Arts, Education P12, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Brittany Shuba, Associate of Science, Biology, magna cum laude, graduate of the Honors College. Jamaica Taylor, Associate of Science, Health Science, cum laude. Cameron Toronto, Associate of Science, Health Science. Benjamin Tankel, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Angelica Tafur, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Anna Taborda, Associate of Arts, Communication Studies, summa cum laude.
That's Saluga. Saluga.
Kyle Saluga, Certificate, Chemical Dependency, Associate of Science, Human Services, Free Social Work, Certificate of Completion, Chemical Dependency. Kayla Sullivan, Associate of Science, Environmental Science, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors College.
That's Anaga Sudhir.
Anaga Sudhir, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, magna cum laude.
Suarez Pistilli.
Benjamin Suarez Bastilli, Associate of Applied Science, Game Development. Jason Strauss, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Charles Story, Associate of Applied Science, Ophthalmic Science, cum laude. Stepanovsky. Sorry. William Stepanovsky, Associate of Applied Science, Electric Utility Technology, summa cum laude. Is this it? Are you all guys?
This is it. Oh, you switch? Okay. Good. All right. Christopher Urban, Associate of Applied Science, Game Development, summa cum laude. Nancy Umana, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies. Christina Tourdelot, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude.
Is that Toth?
Michelle Toth, Associate of Science, Health Science, and Associate of Applied Science in Nursing. Eileen Torres Peralta, Associate of Science, Human Services, Pre-Social Work, magna cum laude. Vanessa Torres Olivos, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Emily Torres, Associate of Arts, Theater Arts. Andy Tornado, Associate of Science, Digital Media Film Studies, magna cum laude. Samuel Tomasco, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Emma Toki, Associate of Science, General Business, cum laude. Joshua Tobar, Associate of Science, General Business. Jeffrey Thomas, Associate of Science, General Business. Yaneli Tepepa Rosales, Associate of Arts, Social Science, and Certificate of Completion, Tax Preparation. Emma Wager, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude. Haley Weber, Associate of Science, Environmental Science, summa cum laude, and graduate of the Honors College. Christine Weber, Associate of Science, Criminal Justice. Teresa Vidovich, Associate of Science, Environmental Science. Anjali Viswanathan, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude.
Is that Ulysses?
Sheila Vilicis, Associate of Science, General Business. Carlene Ventry, Associate of Science, Mathematics. Veronica Vega Diaz, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, cum laude. Vanessa Vasquez, Associate of Science, Health Science, magna cum laude. Selma Vallevas, Associate of Arts, Social Science, summa cum laude. Ayesha Riemann, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, cum laude. Idris Zor, Certificate, Computer Networking and Cybersecurity. Juliana Zamorsky, Associate of Fine Arts, Graphic and Interactive Design, and graduate of the Honors College. Ramon Zamora, Associate of Science, Environmental Science. Jade Zaleski, Certificate, Medical Assistant, magna cum laude. Is that Zaidi? Zaidi. Batul Zaidi, Associate of Science, Digital Media, Film Studies, cum laude. Rachel Yu, Associate of Science, General Science, Pre-Health Professional, summa cum laude. Heather York, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Amaya Womack, Associate of Science, Marketing. Tanya Wojciechowski, Associate of Science, Pre-Medicine and Pre-Pharmacy, summa cum laude, and Associate of Science, Biology, and graduate of the Honors College. Noda or Noda? Noda Whitty, Associate of Business Administration, magna cum laude. Autumn Wydick, Associate of Science, General Business. Sia Betty John, Associate of Health Science and Nursing. Is that it? All right.
So, by virtue of the authority of the Board of Trustees and the sanction of the New Jersey Commission on Higher Education, I confer the associate degrees and certificates with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereunto pertaining. Will the graduates please rise? Now you can switch your tassels. You have graduated. All right, you can be seated now for just one moment. I want to thank the faculty, the administration, and the staff. I want to express my appreciation to everyone who's helped you and who made today possible. I now take great pleasure in welcoming you as alumni. That's right. I hope that you'll remain actively involved and that you will send me money. No, seriously. On behalf of all of us at the college, we extend our congratulations. We now invite you to a reception. To all the family and friends, please join us. Please be seated until the platform party is left. You did it. It's your day. Enjoy.